Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tare, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. And today I'm up to song number 2621, and that one is Deacon Blues by Steely Dan. This song was written by I guess, the two founding members shown on this picture, Walter Beckert and Donald Fagen. In 1976, it was released on their Asia. It was released on their Asia album, which came out the following year, 1977, and it was finally released as a single in 1978. And here's a picture of the band Steely Dan. And here's a picture of their two founding members, Walter Beckert and Donald Fagen. And I just learned this today, actually. I never really knew what the song was about before. I haven't heard it a whole lot. I've always liked it because I like Steely Dan. I kind of like their music, kind of soft, jazzy kind of music. And it turns out this song, there's a lot of references in it that I have to explain. First of all, they say this is the day of the expanding man. And this is supposed to be kind of a reference to sci-fi, I think. There was a movie called The Demolished Man. I know that Becker and Fagan were both sci-fi fans, so they might have been influenced by this movie when they came up with the expanding man. Another possibility is that they were thinking about drugs, getting high on drugs and expanding your mind. And the other big reference in this song is the Crimson Tide. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide, and I think that was a nickname for the University of Alabama, their football team. So, I guess the point they were trying to make with that was that everybody thought, that the football team on the University of Alabama, all the football players were really cool. They were cool jocks, and they kind of felt like nerds. They kind of felt like losers, and that's why they say, they got a name for the winners in the world. I want a name when I lose, and the name they chose is the Deacon Blues. And I guess the point they're talking about how they're playing jazz music. They're white musicians playing jazz, which is traditionally, I guess, black music, and they kind of feel like nerds or losers because they're trying to imitate black music, and they're not cool like the football jocks. So I guess the point they're trying to make is that Deacon Blues is kind of a nerd name for them. That's what the song's about. That's the meaning of the song, which I think is kind of interesting. And in all fairness, I think Steely Dan was a really cool group. I mean, I'm a nerd myself. I'm not ashamed to admit that. And I saw the movie Revenge of the Nerds, and I think it's been cool to be a nerd ever since the 1980s. I mean, the richest people in the world are nerds, and they have been since the late 80s, I think, starting with Bill Gates. So it's good to have a brain, and it's good to be a nerd, and don't forget that. And I don't think Steely Dan ever did. So anyway, that concludes my feature of Deacon Blues by Steely Dan. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.